no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a
From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Josh Lambo. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
And I'll bet right now there's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
No gain on the play.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. No, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Escapes the defender.
D.D. Westbrook on the return.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. Leading him out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Darnold's pass complete.
A big play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Jaguars 7, Texans nothing. Josh Lambo to kick it.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
First and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
Watson's pass intercepted by the Jaguars.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold on the move to his left. Winds up and it's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
On first down, this is Geis. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The ball carrier.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
2nd and 7 from the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown.
Still second down.
Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the run, now Darnold to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Darnold's pass.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Third and long, it's Darnold. This is caught, it's Cooks. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. The open man is Shark. It's complete.
That's good for a Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars 14, Texans nothing.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson on the slant. This is Chark. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Jaguars' 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. 16 yards, a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Watson looking for Chark again. This time he's got him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Second down and goal. Watson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
To number 80.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
14, Texans 3.
Now that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon Cooks, 78 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Take it in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
DJ Chark, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Watson. And Jones has it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second and 4. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Watson's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
3-yard attempt.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will do it for this. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A 51-yard.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw is Darnold, sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
Josh Lambo.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
For Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. Screenplay, Johnson.
Watson's pass.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Back at the 19.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzes, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Watson.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That's caught inside the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. From the red zone now, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes it's just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 2nd and 13, Darnold. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Geis. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Rolling to his right, looking for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon Cooks. 26 yards, and the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Josh Lambo.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Sam Darnold sacked. A fumble on the...
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. On 1st down, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Trying to improvise. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? From the gun, here's Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like Yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And Darnold wants to throw the football out to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Josh Lambeau to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They're on 23-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. Touchdown, Houston. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brandon Cooks, 42 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Watson on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for DJ Chark.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25-yard line.
To throw again. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
On the deep ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Houston, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.